Hello, I'm Sue Merkin, the founder of Carshalton Pilates, and it's my pleasure to do this class for you today. Now, for those that do not know me, you're in really safe hands. I'm a qualified level 3 Pilates instructor with active IQ and YMCA fitness. So today's session is going to be a little bit like my Saturday morning class, which is really early and it's a real blast. It's a 45-minute express. Get right down to a targeted area, and it's a fusion of classic Pilates, some yoga stretches and those classic legs, bums and tums as well. This class we're going to be looking at legs and bums. That's our focus. There's a couple of things you're going to need before we start. Now, when you come to class, I know that I provide everything for you, but you're going to have to be a little bit imaginative and see what you've got around the house. So if you haven't got a block or a cushion, you can use a cushion off your sofa. You could use some cookbooks instead. That's absolutely fine. We're going to be using these to squeeze together our thighs. Not quite sure how I feel about squeezing Jamie Oliver between my thighs. Could be worse, could be Mary Berry. I digress. Also, we're going to need a kind of band or a belt. As you know, I love the old Dyna bands, they're absolutely fab. But you know what? If you've got skipping ropes, if you've got the weighted cords, if you've got a bathrobe belt, all of them are going to work. We just have to improvise. So, just a couple of things before we start. One, to me it's all about technique. So absolutely we know that breathing's really important in Pilates, but get the technique first. And just as a pointer on the breathing, you kind of breathe in to prepare and you breathe out when you're doing the exertion of the exercise, but I will cue you in and out. The one thing that you don't need to do is hold your breath. Please do not hold your breath. One, it starves your muscles of oxygen, which are the very muscles that you want to work and shape and tone. But secondly, if you hold your breath, you end up dying, and that's really bad for you. Alrighty, let's crack on. Okay, so we're going to do a quad and hip flexor stretch. So let's get onto our knees. Now, if that's uncomfortable, it's absolutely fine for you to put cushions under your knees, but just make sure you're even and make sure you're comfortable. Okay, we're going to start with the left leg first. First of all, make sure that chin's tucked in, so no jutting out chins. You'll know what I'm like about that if you watch my first video and if you come to my classes. So let's just keep that chin in, keep those shoulders nice and soft. We've engaged those abs, so we've got a little light engagement there. Left leg goes out in front. Okay, what we're going to do is ensure that the knee doesn't go over the toes, but we're going to actually take a deep breath in, and we're going to just push forward. Keep checking this alignment. Do I need to change my foot? Is my knee in the right place? Yes, it feels it. I'm getting a stretch here, which is exactly where you want to feel it, but I'm actually feeling the stretch in this hip flexor too. Let's add something to that. Take the left hand up, make sure that shoulder is down, drop it between the two shoulder blades, and then just help it along, just gently taking it back, gently putting pressure just on that elbow. Okay, from here, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, is there any more space for you to just lean forward, just move forward? That's really going to accentuate that stretch here. Let's hold that for a moment. Keep our stability, which means you've got to engage those core muscles, those abs here around the side, even here to the back. Some nice deep breaths. And now gently come back. You're going to straighten this left leg, take your fingertips to the floor and flex that foot up to the ceiling. Now what I want you to do to intensify that stretch behind the back of the leg is see if you can just take your chest further to the leg. Look, it doesn't matter where you go. If you can get the head onto the knee, that's absolutely brilliant. If you're just here, that's fine. but can you just come forward a bit or down a bit to improve that stretch? Of course, breathing all the way. This is a really strong stretch actually. Okay, take that foot to the floor, scoot it behind you. Then from here we're just going to switch over to the other side. So the right foot goes forward, okay? My hips are facing forward as well, so you might just want to put your hands on there just to make sure that they haven't twisted or turned. You are going to now just lean forward. That creates that stretch in that front thigh there. Make sure that your knee hasn't gone over your toes. Perfect, feels quite stable. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, that hand goes back between the shoulder blades and just gently nudge it back with a little bit of assistance. Now, did you see there? I just corrected my chin position because I suddenly felt that it had jutted forward, which is actually a really bad habit of mine, so I have to correct myself quite a lot. And as I breathe, a couple of things that I would now be looking for in class. Have you suddenly stuck your rib cage out and overemphasised a curve in your back? If you have, you tuck that rib cage in, which creates a much straighter back, as you can see. Okay, and in fact, when you do that, you can really feel that it helps engage this thigh muscle as well. Perfect. Can you get a little bit more space to lean forward? Check that chin, check those shoulders. One more deep breath. Hands come down to the mat as you tip the toes up and take that chest forward and down. Take some really nice deep breaths here because this is a really strong stretch here. We've gone straight into it. Okay, lovely. Now let's just go back to our kneeling position and up we come. We're going to do a thigh rock back now. It's a really tiny move. You go as far as you can, but I need you to follow the instructions. So you're going to have a tiny gap between the thighs, so certainly not hip distance, so about that much is what you're aiming for. Your shoulders are going to be down, and that chin, of course, is going to be tucked in. You're going to keep your hands to the side of your thighs. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, you are going to rock back. Now at this stage, there's a couple of things you need to check. Have you raised your shoulders up? If you have, raise them down. What's your chin doing? Is it suddenly jutting out? Bring it back. Keep that core engaged. That's going to enable you to really hold this very strong position. And it is a strong position as we come back. We're going to do 2 more of those. And what I'd like you to do, if you want to, is actually bring in and engage the arms as well. So, deep breath in. On the exhale, back we go. Engage that core and raise the arms. Now we're just going to stay here, just for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Back we come, arms return. Deep breath in to prepare. On the exhale, down you go, up come the arms. Now can you get down just a little bit further? That will really accentuate the stretch here in the front thigh. Keep that chin down, shoulders nice and relaxed. Count of 1, 2, 3. You're breathing all the way. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, back you come. This is such a great one for the thighs. I really like it and it's so simple. Okay. We're going to come over onto our backs. We're going to do 3 exercises within bridge. So let's do that setup, so we're going to set you up for success. The feet now are hip distance apart. In Pilates, Always have a cushion to ensure that your neck is aligned to your spine, so your head's not tipping back and it's not too far tipping forward, okay? In bridge, you want to make sure that the feet aren't too close to the bottom. Okay, first of all, we're going to start by taking a really lovely deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to really scoop those tummy muscles, making sure that rib cage stays down, and you're going to just tilt the pelvis. So that's all we're going to do, just to prepare, just tilt that pelvis up. Brilliant. On the next breath, as you exhale, that pelvis tilts and up you come. You're peeling one vertebra at a time off the mat. Now for me, my feet are too far away, so I'm bringing them just a little bit closer. That will enable me to get a little bit more distance from my bum to the floor. Things to check out for, that you haven't hunched your shoulders, really create space between your two shoulder blades. Keep that rib cage down, those core engaged, and your knees strong. Have they rolled in? Have they rolled out? They need to be facing forwards. Okay, are your hips level or have you tilted? So just bring your awareness to your body in this pose. And then on the next exhale, vertebra by vertebra, down you go. The very last thing that returns is that bottom. Let's do that one more time. So, lovely deep breath in to prepare. Are your feet forward, knees straight, hips facing up? Good. On that exhale, just tilt that pelvis and then roll up, vertebra by vertebra. The knees are almost coming forward now, and that chin is resting on the chest. I've just pulled that rib cage down because it has that tendency to flare up. Okay. Getting that space, my hips are really stable. Perfect, take a breath here. Beautiful. Down we go on that exhale. Vertebra by vertebra, don't rush it. The last thing that comes down is the bottom. We're going to do that one more time and I'm going to then add in some modifications. So, deep breath in. On the exhale, tilt that pelvis, that's what gets that engagement going. Up you come, vertebra by vertebra. Keep that chin on the chest, keep those tummy muscles really scooped in. When you pull your navel to your spine, you're really supporting your back. So if you've got any lower back issues and this is hurting, please stop. But if you're all with me, you're going to lift, first of all, your right heel. And down. Keep the height. Left heel up. And down. We're going to do a couple more. Keep that position. Make sure those hips are straight. Perfect. Right heel down. Left heel up. Left heel down. And vertebra by vertebra. Down you go. Let's do that one more time. It's a really great workout for your calves. So, deep breath in. And on the exhale, you tilt that pelvis now. Really up you come. You should really feel each vertebra lifting off the mat. Keeping that rib cage down. Keeping those core muscles scooped. You can use the palm of your hands to get some really good strength in here. Really ensure that the shoulder blades are flat and apart, knees are straight, hips are even. Up goes that right heel. Down it goes. Up goes the left heel. Down it returns. Up to the right. Just make sure I haven't tilted. Down it goes. Up goes the left heel.
down it goes. Take a nice deep breath here, and on the exhale you imprint every little vertebra back onto the mat. Down we go. Okay, you should begin to feel that in your calves already. So, straight on to the next one again. Let's have a look what we're doing. Okay, this is where we need to get our cushion or our block or our cookbook. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the cushion in between your thighs, okay? From here, we're going to go back into that bridge position, but we're adding in an inner thigh squeeze. So, first of all, let's just make sure that we're really comfortable. I've got this cushion so tight between my thighs that if you try to grab it, there's no way you get it. Okay, deep breath in. Up I come, pelvis is tilting, and I'm now really holding on to that cushion. So just checking that my feet are forward. Okay, and now I want you to give me 12 little pulses, 12 little squeezes. Okay, checking all the time. How's your back doing? Keep that navel to the spine so that you're supporting the back. Keep breathing, that's really important. And keep those core muscles scooped in. And squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Stay there. Can you get a higher lift? You'll see that I actually dip down a little bit there. Exhale to bring you down, imprinting each vertebra onto the mat. Let's do that 2 more times. So, up we go on a really lovely exhale. Check your chin, check your knees and squeeze. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Down you come. Deep breath in. On the exhale, up you come. Pelvis tilt leads. Okay, keep that rib cage nice, soft, and squeeze. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath. And on the exhale, slowly return. Brilliant. We're going to go straight into our next one now. So you won't need the cushion, so you can get rid of that. What you will need is you're going to need either your belt, or you're going to need your band, or you're going to need your bathrobe, okay? So whichever one you choose. We're going to start with our right leg first, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this straight on so that you can actually see what I'm doing. So we're going to lay down. Don't forget you'll need your cushion. You're going to take your strap or your belt and you are going to pop it over the right foot. Now the left leg, the thigh, remains active. So the thigh muscle is going to be pushing down into the floor as the toes are flexed, pointed up to the ceiling. So it's not just kind of loose and hanging there, okay? So from here, you take the belt into the same hand as the leg, so it'll be in your right hand, and you're just going to do some tiny pulses towards your face. Okay. This is a really fantastic stretch for the hamstrings, especially if you're really tired around here. Okay, so some little pulses just to wake that muscle up. It doesn't have to be violent, but it would be really good if your heel is leading, so it's further towards the ceiling and your toes are pointing towards your face. Okay, from here, Take that leg out to the side as much as is comfortable and just do a check. Is the left leg still active? Are the hips still facing forward? If they are, enjoy this inner thigh stretch. It's a strong one as you pulse that foot up towards your ear. So toes are active as they're coming up towards the ear. It's only a little pulse, but my goodness, it is a big, big stretch. Okay, now a couple of things to note. If you've lifted your shoulder off the floor, you need to potentially bring that leg towards you a little bit more. It's important that you have the stability of both the shoulders on the floor. Okay, bring that back up to center. Change hands and then drop it over your body and pulse upwards. Breathing all the way. Still engaging your core muscles here. This isn't an opportunity to let them all hang out. Lovely. Breathe as you go and really enjoy that stretch. Okay, bring that back to center and we're going to swap legs over now. So over to your left leg. Right leg is active, toes towards the ceiling and flex as that thigh is pushing and driving down into the floor. Okay, from here, some tiny little pulses towards the face. Breathing as you go, keeping those abs engaged. Now, if you're double jointed, try not to lock that knee out. So if you are, just create a very small, gentle bend in that knee. Okay, perfect. Should be feeling it right here, that's where we want it. Okay, then drop that leg out to the side. Just check the hips aren't rotating or twisting. Okay, lovely. Both my shoulders are glued to the floor and then pulse up to the ear. Breathing, holding in that core. I almost forgot that. Cardinal sin. Okay, pulse up. Now the stretch here should be in your inner thigh. So really keep the heel active so the toes are really pointing to the side. That's really going to help. And back to center. Change hands. And over the body it goes. Shoulders to the floor as you pulse upwards. This is a strong old stretch as well. So we've gone straight forward, we're targeting all those leg areas. Okay, back to center and slowly come up. Perfect. How you doing? You're still with me? Good. So, let's get back onto our all fours. I want to actually set us up on this. So make sure that your hands are under your shoulders and make sure that you've got your knees hip distance apart and your feet are flat on the floor, so don't curl your toes over. We're going to start with our right leg. So we're going to lift the right leg. I need your gaze to stay to the mat. So the right leg is going to slide behind us. We're then going to bend. Just make sure you haven't shifted all your weight too much onto that left-hand side. And this is our donkey kick. You are going to lift up for 12. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there and pulse for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Down it comes. Just adjust. I can see there that I actually had lent quite a lot to my left-hand side. So just get that position right. You're stable on your hands and on your knees, because this time we're lifting to the side. So same leg, up it goes and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, straight over, no messing, onto the other side. So deep breath in. On the exhale, just push that leg back, bend the knee, and up it goes to the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Just make sure that your arms aren't being too passive, that you're really engaging your upper arms to really get a lovely stretch as you push the floor away. And then pulse the leg now for 12. Tiny pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, back to our starting position. Just check, do you need to actually readjust? Have you adjusted your weight over to the other side? Right hand side now, side lift. Up it goes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. We're going to go on to our fronts. So from here, your hands are going to be a cushion for your head and your legs are going to go far apart. Point your toes. From here, just bend the legs up to the ceiling. And what we're going to do is we're going to engage our core and we're actually going to be lifting those legs behind us. This is actually a really strong stretch. So if you have any lower back issues, please don't do this. Leave this one out, potentially just go into a shell stretch or child's pose or something that will just make you feel comfortable. The rest of us, no excuses. We're going to go for 8. So deep breath in, make sure that forehead is on your hands. Toes are pointed as you raise for 1, 2, and down, 3, and down, 4, down, breathe, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 8, I lied. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, down you go. Come into sitting. Okay, on to the next one. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your feet flat onto the floor. We want a nice angle here. So just make sure that you're not leaning too far back. We're going to start sitting upright, okay? So engage those tummy muscles. That's going to really support your back. So pull that navel to your spine. From here, you are going to take just a little movement back, okay? So your hands, they can stay either on the floor. If you want a little bit of extra support, they can stay onto your knees. It really doesn't matter. You can even have them up front, okay? So I'm actually just going to keep mine on my knees because I want to make sure that my knees don't fall out. And if I keep them on my knees, then you'll be able to see if they move as well. So to keep this position, I'm relying on my core to keep me upright. Now we're going to bring in the legs. So our left leg first is going to slide away from us and the toes to the ceiling, okay? And that thigh is engaged, so you brace that thigh muscle. Now onto the right leg, we are going to slide it forward and then bring it back, okay? Slide forward and bring back. Slide forward and bring back. This is just the prep, okay? So it's just getting you to use those core muscles. From here, slide that left foot back. We're just going to do it on the right hand side. So if you can go down a little bit further, feel free. If your hands can come to the side, feel free. So right leg, slide forward. Ooh, that one should be down. And back. Slide forward and back. You should really be feeling this in your abs, but it's also for the thighs as well. So they're really engaged as this leg is being pushed forward and back. Okay, now come back up to sitting, both feet back onto the floor. This time round, one knee's going to stay bent and the other one's going flat to the floor. So we're going to push that left foot away, toes to the ceiling so it's active. This leg is active. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, that goes that little C shape. So I'm not slumping, okay? I'm actually using my core to keep me into this position. So from here, hands to either the knees or to the floor or out front. I really don't mind, okay? And what you're gonna do is the right leg now stays your very strong leg on the floor as the left leg lifts and lowers. So deep breath in. On that exertion, that's where you want the exhale and the lift and lower. The movement here is really powerful for this quad. Okay, if I was in the class, there'd be a couple of things that I would be looking for. One would be that you're not hunching your shoulders up, and one is that you haven't too much exaggerated a curve in your back to make this lift movement. Okay, it's really strong also on the hip. Okay, slide that leg forward, sit back up, just take a deep breath. This is great, we've got two legs, we have to do it again the other side. So what we're going to do is this time slide that right leg away from us. This is strong, engage that thigh, keep this knee bent, and just watch out that when you lift this leg, this doesn't fall out. Okay, deep breath in. On the exhale, just come back, just go as far as when you can really feel this core kicking in, and it is kicking in. So, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, just watching my knee there, lower, lift, lower, drive up with that heel, lift and lower, back up. Brilliant, we're going to do some side lying exercises now. So you will need your cushion. Where you actually use your cushion is between the arm and the ear, so that you're really helping that neck stay in alignment. So my arm's out in front, my hips are stacked one on top of each other, so actually I can still see my feet. So if they were too far back, that would be wrong, and if they were too far forward, that would be wrong as well. So I can still see my feet, and they're stacked in a line. Okay, you all know this one if you do my class, you know it's one of my favourites. So where we're going to start off with first is bring that knee into the chest and then pull. Now, if I was in class with you, I would be ensuring that you were really lifting that leg out of the hip. So if you can get some more length, perfect. Okay, and away. We're going to do 10 more. Keeping that stability with the use of your core muscles. I'm keeping that foot pointed. And I'm breathing. Are you breathing? I really hope you're breathing. Okay, 2 more. Now, on that final one, leave it out there. We're going to flex that foot and we're going to lift for 12. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Keep it up there. Now, I hope you haven't collapsed onto the floor. You should have a lift at your waist so that I can still get my fingers from the floor to my actual rib cage. So there's a nice little bit of space there. I haven't kind of slumped into the floor. Yes, this leg is still lifted and we're going to pose for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Down we go, over onto the other side. Okay, just make sure that neck is really nice and comfy. Okay, I can see my toes, hips, there should be a line there. One day I'm actually going to get a ruler actually to see if I'm doing it right. So for balance, I always put my hands here. For those that know me, you know balance isn't a strong point for me. So we're going to start off with bringing that knee into the chest and away it goes. And then get that length, so really pull that leg out of the hip. If you were in class with me now, I'd actually be probably pulling your foot or your ankle just to get that length. Okay, I'm keeping my toes pointed. And I've got that lift in my waist. And because I've been talking to you, I've completely lost count. So we're going to do another 6. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up there. And we're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. You'll see that my foot is flexed. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up there, and now we're going to pulse. Just check. Have you got that lift? Are you breathing? Are you nice and balanced? Have you rolled forward or rolled back? So just adjust yourself if you need to. Yes, the leg's still up there. Pulse for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant. Let's just go on to our backs. Take those knees into our chest. And what I want you to do is I just want you to widen those legs apart and then just pull them into your armpits. So just get a really nice stretch. You can roll over from here. Just give our little lower backs a massage there. Okay, last exercise of the session, guys. Let's give it all that we've got, okay? So, the legs are going to go straight up to the ceiling. You're going to now point the toes towards the face. And very slowly, you're going to lower the legs. The engagement here is again on these thigh muscles. That's where we want to work. You're keeping those core muscles in. And very slowly, with control, keeping that rib cage down as well. Those legs are going to lower to the floor. But don't go right to the floor. Keep a little bit of distance, and then just as slowly, up they come. Then from here, we're going to take a wide leg stance, and back. A wide leg stance, and back. And down we go again. Really slow and controlled. Really let your breath help here. Wide leg again. And return. Wide leg. Return. And this time, bring your knees into tabletop. So this is tabletop for Pilates. In yoga, it's the other way around, which in Pilates we call 4-point kneeling. So from here, we're just going to do some toe taps, which is great for the hips, but also you've got to keep these thigh muscles engaged as well. So from here, you're going to drop the toe, bring it back. Drop the toe and bring it back. So it's not the knee that's doing the work, you're actually hinging here from the hip. Pull that back. Couple more. We're almost there, guys. Okay, and we're going to just stop with a couple of double toe taps. Now, just flex your feet there for a minute, because I know that sometimes this can give people cramp. So if that's the case, just wiggle away, and let's go for a couple of doubles. So, down we go, up we go. Make sure you're not over arching your back, and if this hurts in your hips, just don't do it. Okay, bring yourselves up. Perfect. From here, sit nice and straight, engage those cores. I know we haven't been working the abs today, that's next week. So, just come forward. As far as you can, as far as is good for you. Perfect. Walk over to the left. Oh, such a great stretch. Walk over to the right. Softly come up, bash those legs on the floor. Perfect. Heels and feet together. Those that know me know that I really like this one. Butterfly legs. Just get some action going there. Great. So, for those that do my Saturday morning class, it's a 45-minute express. So that's exactly what that Saturday morning class is like. We target an area, we blast it for 45 minutes. If you've liked this video, please do follow me on Instagram, or please like it on Facebook. I'd really, really appreciate that. And of course, if you've got any questions about the moves, or how you can improve that move, or you weren't quite sure if you were doing it right, just ask me a question on either Facebook or on Instagram. You'll find me under Carshalton Pilates. It's been my pleasure as usual. See you again next week. Bye-bye.